If you want to save AEW Dynamite, if you want to get it over the big magical 1 million views, you need to make it extreme. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And Bully Ray thinks the key to AEW's success is to bring in a couple of out-of-shape 50-year-olds to get the company above the magic million. He thinks that AEW would be guaranteed 1 million views if they brought back either him or Tommy Dreamer. And I'm afraid to say, Bully Ray, ECW was great back in the day. ECW was fantastic, and you guys played a big part in ECW. But having two washed-up guys appear on a shit AEW show that is not ECW isn't going to do jack shit. We've seen Tommy Dreamer on TNA the last couple of years, and they could barely get 90,000 views. So him going to AEW Dynamite is not going to get them over 1 million.
Yeah, how can he say this? Look at TNA's numbers. Like, TNA's... well, they're just going to add TNA's numbers on the AEW that they've already got. I like Bully Ray, I like Dreamer, but they're not draws.
They're not draws, and they're good additions, and I would be more likely to watch a show, but not current Tommy Dreamer, who can barely move. Not current Bully Ray, who's not been relevant in a good few. I mean, it's been almost been a decade since Bully Ray had his big run on top in TNA.
Yeah.
I mean, we're living in the past here, but during Busted Open Radio, WWE Hall of Famer and ECW alumni Bully Ray commented on the impact him or Tommy Dreamer could make in AEW. Bully Ray said, regarding the story with Jack Perry and the FTR title, he said, quote, "If the story went down the ECW road and I showed up in the right town, there's monster business to be done there. This is not me blowing smoke up my own ass. If you announced that Bully Ray or even Tommy Dreamer, to the matter, were showing up on AEW Dynamite, or whatever week it was, to come face to face and confront Jack Perry, you're doing over 1 million viewers, guaranteed. Tommy fits the part best. Him and Taz were bestest of best friends. Tommy was Taz's best man at his wedding. The story is so deep, it's there if you want to go down the ECW road. If you go down the ECW road, you will make Jack Perry a bigger star at the end of this story than you can with any other talent that's in ECW right now." End of quote. Thoughts on that? Bully Ray thinking that him and Jack Perry standing looking at each other is going to magically do 1 million views.
Yeah, it almost sounds like that we want to do like another ECW type invasion. How many times has it been done? I mean, I love it, like, but come on, man.
I mean, ECW, the ECW one night stand in TNA, I mean, everyone was pretty much past their primes at that stage.
That was 13 years ago.
I mean, even in ECW one night stand in WWE, they were past their primes, arguably. A majority of them were.
Yeah.
There was no reason to see this again. I mean, Bully Ray's been doing nothing but radio shows. It baffles me that, look at Punk, he's came back, and Punk at least has been in movies, been in UFC. Punk's a bigger name value than Tommy Dreamer and Bully Ray. It is what it is.
Punk is, but it's the same thing with Punk in terms of wrestling. Before he came back, it's been like 7-8 years last time he was relevant.
Yeah, but Punk can't get them over 1 million. It's not going to happen with Tommy Dreamer or Bully Ray.
The only thing getting them over 1 million is compelling storylines, not one single person. You try to tell me Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer that? I don't understand why he's coming out and saying this. I actually don't. I didn't think he was like this, but then he's come out and said other controversial shit like this, hasn't he?
So because he's held a belt that used to be held by Taz, Bully Ray simply thinks that him or Tommy Dreamer turning up is going to get the show over 1 million. I mean, how? Does anybody even care about Tommy Dreamer at this point?
Does anyone even know Tommy Dreamer's still alive?
Well, that's a good point. I mean, I tell you what, I would argue there is more chance of Mae Young getting to 1 million years old than there is Bully Ray or Tommy Dreamer getting AEW Dynamite over 1 million views, and she's been dead for a long while now. So
Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer have been TNA feuding for like what seems like 3 years. I haven't checked out one fucking clip. And a lot of people will be the same.
And the TNA numbers are shit.
I'm under no illusion here. They probably have some of the better stuff in AEW, but does that mean they're going to pluck 400,000 people for somewhere?
No, definitely not. I mean, it'd probably be a cool segment. I'd like to see Bully Ray cut a promo. I'm not denying it would be good, but for Bully Ray to just think that he is on his own by turning up and just confronting Jack Perry is going to do over 1 million viewers. This guy's fucking delusional.
It would need to be like an all-out shoot promo or something, but I don't know what he could do.
No, AEW Dynamite hasn't done over 1 million viewers in months.
It's Jack Perry of all fucking people.
And it is Jack Perry. Like, I mean, where can you really go with Jack Perry? I just think it's crazy that AEW have like Jericho and Sting and Punk, and Billy Ray thinks him or decrepit old Tommy Dreamer's going to be the one to get them over 1 million.
I mean, this Tommy Dreamer's a guy that wears like pay-per-view names on his fucking clothes.
Yeah.
All in. 1 million and all.
And this isn't me saying that ECW's crap, but it was 2 decades ago. It's over 20 years since ECW died. How much? Well, Billy.
You could bring the entire cast ECW. They're not getting over 1 million.
But the thing is, Jerry Lynn confronted Jack Perry this week. And he was in ECW, and he challenged him to a match next week, and he says, "Oh, you couldn't touch the ECW greats that held that belt."
Jerry Lynn retired of Hardcore Justice.
And he challenged him to a fight. Next week it's going to be Jerry Lynn and Jack Perry, and the viewership was down. So
what we'll say is Billy Ray and Tommy Dreamer are way better than Jerry Lynn, but come on, how much better are we talking? Well, how much did they get?
$8.99.
8.99. All you need's 100,000.
You're smoking crack if you think
No,
Tommy
well,
Dreamer or Billy Ray's
Do
getting
the
you.
math, right? If TNA's doing 90, albeit it's not all for Billy Ray and Tommy Dreamer, I wouldn't say it's completely at the quit. For some reason, I thought Dynamite was doing it like 600,000.
No, it did 950 because they had that big massive blood and guts show. But they will begin to continually go down again. They're not doing 1 million. I'm telling you right now, guys, they're not doing 1 million. If they do 1 million, I will
donate 1 million.
Oh, I haven't got that far. I'll give Billy Ray £100. There you go. I'll donate £100 to the Billy Ray podcast show.
If he can't do 1 million, he donates 1 million to us.
Aye, that's a bit.
Put your donuts where your mouth is, you fat bastard.
Aye, until next time. Peace.